Okay, we are working with the ProTech Sparkplug boots. Working on the Old Tom kit back here, the Old Tom build. Let's see here, Rambler 69's appreciation build. And can we focus there, please? Okay, cool. So we got one of the boots clipped off, and you'll see to the right side of the screen that there's a little bit of a nubbin sticking off there. That's part of the actual sprue or support, I guess, from when it's printed. I left that a little bit long because it's going to help us in the installation process. But I just put on a little bit of Tamiya XF7 flat red right over the casting. I didn't even prime it. And that's looking like an Excel boot, I think. You know, I like how it looks. Of course, these are ProTech Sparkplug wires, and I believe that Charlie prints these Sparkplug boots to fit his wires, and they fit perfectly. Let's just go to the actual Sparkplug boot tree. Here we go. So I clipped one off as proof of concept to see how well it was to work with, and they are a little bit small. So then we had the idea of, you know what, maybe we should just leave them on the actual tree and then put the wires in. We super glued those in place, slipped right in there, no problem. How tight is the joint? They're tight enough. I don't want to, have to re-glue them all, so I'm not going to like tug on them or anything, but for this application, it seemed like they're doing okay. So the plan now is to paint all the Sparkplug boots, and then once that's dry, come back and clip them off. And then we're ready to go. We're ready to install them on the engine. Since this car actually, we're using an Iceman engine, flathead Ford engine, it actually has a distributor that's a magneto, I should say, has a magneto. So that's going to be interesting to apply these to the magneto, because I usually run from the distributor to the cylinder. This time we're going backwards. So we're going from the cylinder to the magneto. So it should be a little easier with the flathead style engine to do that. So we're going to go ahead and paint these guys up, and we'll be right back. Okay, so just a few minutes of painting, not very long at all. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Hang on. Here, there we go. So we added the XF red. There's the jar, XF flat red, XF7 flat red. And I think those look like Excel plugs, the plug boots. Yeah, that wire, the color wire and that red color, perfect. I just painted right over the boots. I didn't add any primer, just painted right over them. I thought I would experiment and see how that goes. And there's no layer lines at all that I can see, even through the viewfinder here. I'm really liking how it's looking. And then what we plan to do is, let's see if we can do this on camera. We'll do this to just one, so I show you how we're going about this. But yeah, I'm going to do my best. I got my nippers upside down so that I can get as close to the boot as possible. And there, that was clipped. And now here on the bottom of the boot, I'm going to leave this as long as I can. Nippers are still upside down. There's a little support that goes in there. Yeah, let's get that just there. Okay, and then I have to come back in from the other side and get this. But this is really difficult to do while on camera. I want to get this support out of the way. And then we're going to come in upside down. And the reason why I have these upside down is because they are diagonal cutters, so there is a difference. There's a bias to them. There we go. I'm just going to grab the wire. And there we go. So you see there's a little bit of a, yeah, I should have got a manicure. Sorry. Just going to nip off as much as I can there. And then give it a little bit of a blow there. And then that, I have a bald spot where it was, of course, part of the tree. That should fit down inside the engine hole. A little shaky today. It's a penalty of asthma medication. Oh, I can't get it there. That'll be the plan right there. So this will probably rotate up a little bit like that, and then we'll trace the wires through the little valley that's between the head and the intake manifold, and then have the wires traced through there. But that's going to be it. We're going to add a little super glue in there, and then get these guys glued in place. Have them all trace through the valley on both sides, heading up towards the front of the engine, where we're going to be mounting the magneto, which is a word I cannot remember today for some reason. But you know, we've mentioned in the past that this is actually printed open, so you can see my finger back behind there as we rotate this. So we just bring up all 8 wires, cut them to length, and then add a little super glue inside of each one of those little holes, and then shove the wires in. Each one should have its own corresponding hole. And there we go. So the reason why I'm doing this one kind of backwards from the cylinder to the magneto is because this post is so thin. I think I've actually broken this off. That's why it's got a weird shape to it. So that's not going to be a strong joint at all. And if we get the wires going where we want to, stick them in the magneto and then glue the magneto to the engine block, theoretically that should be the best course of action for that. But yeah, that's how we're going about dealing with our little spark plug boots from ProTech. So there you go. If you guys have any questions or comments, or maybe if you have a better idea, please share them down below in the comment section. Looking forward to seeing those. And we'll talk to you next one. Y'all take it easy. Bye now.